I'm really sad to say that we have two pandemics right now. We have the pandemic called COVID, which is certainly the struggle in all of its different ways. Then we have another pandemic, and it's called the pandemic of lack of fard prayer. And we have, how many people do you know that pray every prayer on time, all the time, without missing it? Absolutely. Of all of your family and all of your friends and all of your community members, is it 50%? Probably not. 20?
I would love to say yes.
Yeah. Maybe 10%. I feel like 10%, maybe we're being generous. This hurts my heart, and it's a frightening thing about our ummah, because literally the very innal muslimeen wal muslimat. So to enter into the door of this mansion of Islam, we have to do our 5 pillars. Okay, we said ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna muhammadan rasulullah, alhamdulillah, we said this. Okay, we're intending to fast Ramadan, and if we don't, maybe we're sick, maybe we're whatever. Okay, I intend to pay zakat, maybe I don't have extra money in the bank. I intend to go on Hajj, alhamdulillah. Hey, what's left? Salah. Salah is 5 times a day in its time. This is what it is. And to miss it, like when in 1988, 89, something like that, 89 probably, I was on my way to visit Syria, and we went to France, and I got sick. My lung collapsed.
Oh.
Yeah. And it collapsed. It just fully collapsed. I went to the hospital. I was there for 2 weeks. First of all, I remember when my lung collapsed, being shocked that you can't talk without your lungs. Like you need them for voice. Because I was like, help. Nobody could hear me. Nobody knew anything was wrong with me. And I remember thinking about this, laying in the hospital bed and thinking of this analogy, that our lungs to our body is like prayer to our spirit. And when I have two lungs, alhamdulillah, and when one collapsed, I was alive. I was in a lot of pain, but I could breathe. I could barely talk because I couldn't get enough air out to speak, but I could. I could kind of, clunk along and survive, and I ended up in the hospital. This is the analogy for prayer. When we don't pray, it's like we've begun to remove the lungs from our spirit. Our lungs give us air so we can move, so we can think, so we have oxygen, so we can live. And if we don't pray, that we are missing out on a critical part of our spiritual and our spiritual health and our mental strength. And
Tamara,
yes.
Just now, as you said, it reminded me when Rasul ﷺ was asking Sayyidina Bilal to call for the salah. What did he used to say? "Arihna biha ya Bilal." Make us feel good and comfort by it. If I look at salah this way, it's my run away from all this rat race and stress, and I'm going to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone and talk to him. Why? How can I not do it? But if I look at it as it is an obligation, did you pray? Did you read your salah? Just like let's do it, a habit. That's where the problem is.
I suggest to everyone who's listening today to change your sentence. So instead of saying, "Excuse me, I have to pray," say, "I get to pray." That very simple change. I'll be with you in a minute, but I get to pray right now. I'll be ready to come to that meeting, but I get to pray right now. I get to pray. It's such a different sense. And that helps us accomplish that level 1, which is to be innal muslimin wal muslimat.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم